Hari Om Saravananji.
Hari Om.
Today let us chant and contemplate on Urdhva-mūlam, adhaḥ-śhākham. Please help us with the chanting and the meaning.
Urdhva-mūlam, adhaḥ-śhākham, aśhvattham, prāhur avyayam, chhandānsi yasya parṇāni, yastam veda-vit.
Very nice.
Urdhva-mūlam, with roots above, adha, downward, śhākham, branches, aśhvattham, the sacred fig tree, prāhuḥ, they speak, avyayam, eternal, chhandānsi, Vedic mantras, yasya, of which, parṇāni, leaves, who, tam, that, Veda knows, sa, he, veda-vit, the knower of the Vedas. They speak of an eternal aśhvath tree with its roots above and branches below. The leaves are the Vedic hymns, and one who knows the secret of this tree is the knower of the Vedas.
Wonderful. So, like in many cases, the truth can be expressed through a puzzle. So here Krishna has given us a puzzle, an inverted tree. How do you relate to this shloka? And why is he giving us this image of an inverted tree, an aśhvattham, which is inverted?
We are getting into a new chapter.
Correct. This is the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga.
Okay. So what is context chapter? Purushottama Yoga is?
The Purusha Uttama. So Uttama means higher, best. Best among the Purushas. Best among all the men, in one sense, you can consider. So this yoga is that of best among all the men.
What are their characteristics? Like how are they?
So who is the best among? So Sri Krishna is expressing essentially about him.
Oh, yeah.
Best among the men. So the highest among.
Highest among. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So what are the thoughts coming to your mind? Why is he inverting the tree?
I'm seeing this picture for the first time. I don't know. It's not looks like that used, but one way to look at it is the roots usually are there where like they get the nutrients, and the leaves and the fruits are the results of that. The nutrients are taken and given to like and come out as the branches, leaves, and fruits, right? So here the way he's saying is those leaves are the hymns which has come out, the result of that. And in case of a real tree, the roots go down because it takes the nutrients from the soil. to get the Vedic hymns, it has to come from someone who's above all, who only someone who knows everything can give that, and that what he's trying to convey. That's what I was thinking.
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. So like how the roots extract the nutrition from the soil.
Mm-hmm.
So who is this tree representing? What is the relationship between the tree and you? Meanwhile, is there anyone who wants to share? Padmaji, Shubhaji.
I see this like how we see a normal tree as a reflection in the water.
Yeah.
It's an inverted thing, the reflection.
Yeah.
So one thing that came to my mind is we should see both the sides of the coin. And we need to reflect on our own self. And Aśhvattham has a lot of branches. Those branches are our entanglements of material things, desires, which keeps increasing.
Very nice.
And in order to get liberated, we need to get rid of all those desires, is what I feel.
So
this is reflecting the shloka.
Very nice. Very nice.
That reminds me, yeah. So
Yes,
the
Aśhvattham is the banyan tree. It spreads like a banyan tree, it spreads. Okay, very nice. Yeah, Saravanan ji, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, it talks about that. We talked about the deep-rooted desires, which leads to the samsara. And it's not about cutting the tree. It's about only when you get that deep root, it's completely off. Otherwise, it keeps growing again and again. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Very nice. And Shubhaji brought out one another excellent way of looking at it. It's a reflection in the water. So then, even a normal tree in the world looks like this. When you see the reflection in the water.
We need to reflect on ourselves too.
Very nice. Wonderful. Padmaji?
Yeah, so I was also thinking, where can you see this kind of tree? So it's in the water only, the reflection only, we can see this. But I connected it in a different way, in the sense that if it's a reflection in the water, then it's not real. It's not real. So I was thinking, then what is real in this and what is not real? So there has to be a tree for the reflection to be there. So where is that tree and what is the reflection is what I was thinking.
Okay.
So if you are the tree, then the reflection should be the world. I thought like that. But then I cannot be the whole tree also. That was another thought that came. So then the important part in the tree is the root.
Yeah.
So then I will want to be the root. If I want to be anything in that tree, I will want to be the root. Because if the root is strong, then the tree itself will be strong, and whatever is going to the tree is coming from the root. And the shloka talks about Vedas and the knower of the Vedas.
Yeah.
But there is also somewhere in some chapter, I think we have learned the shloka where it talks about he is everything, right? Even in the Vedas.
Yeah.
So it is essentially, I feel it's talking about him only, but how do we know him? So I think ultimately the root is connected to him, is not is the thing that I can understand from this is, if I am the root, then I am connected to him, and that is why probably the root is shown upwards, because it is to a higher somebody supreme to whom the root should be connected to. Because like if what Shubhaji and Saravanan-ji said, if the leaves and all these things are our senses and all this, then it is not easy to cut off those things. So how to then separate ourselves is only by getting ourselves rooted to the supreme. That is the only way, I think.
Excellent.
That is how I saw it.
You connect to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Padmaji.
But here it's like, the tree is, the description is with respect to the Vedic hymns, right?
Yeah.
So when it says like, so it, it's not, I just want to take back. I think the context is not about that desires or something here. When he says
what is a Vedic hymn and what is the purpose of a Vedic hymn?
Okay.
So there is in the Vedas, there is a karma kanda and a jnana kanda.
Right.
Karma kanda is all about various mantras and rituals to aid our material life. So to fulfill something, to get something, there are specific mantras. You do things in expectation of getting something.
You get something.
Yeah. So like that, Vedas do not neglect them. Vedas do not say that they are not needed for life.
Yeah, Vedas or the hymns basically give the manual for the functioning of the body and in the context of the world, I would say.
No, there are two parts to Vedas. One is broadly speaking, the karma and the jnana.
Yeah, I'm talking about the karma.
The karma part is about various kinds of things you can perform in order to get something. So for example, I want money. So there are specific Vedic rituals, mantras, hymns, through which you can invoke the blessings of the Lakshmi. Yeah, so like that, there are things which can give you something. And Shri Krishna, through this shloka, is saying the leaves are the Vedic hymns. And the one who knows the secret of this tree itself is the knower of the Vedas.
Veda-vit, yeah.
So what do we use the hymns for? Typically to fulfill desires.
Fulfill desires.
Shilpa Kalaji, what would you like to say?
So I feel this shloka is quite complex. So I mean, just the basic, what I have understood in this is like everyone has put across, like the roots basically is where the nutrients are absorbed, and depending I feel on how the soil is, if the soil is fertile, the tree flourishes. So if I were to compare that to the mind and body, so the roots symbolize our mind. So what we absorb is determines our like the trunk and the branches and the leaves. I symbolize as the body, our body. So depending on what our mind absorbs is how our body will, be healthy, or how it will flourish. I mean, how our health will flourish.
Excellent. Very nice.
I mean, so this is the basic. I've not gone more deeper into it, so I don't know.
And why is Krishna talking about the one who knows the secret of this tree? What is the secret that he wants us to know here? For that matter, in any tree, what is the secret? What is the secret in the first place? Something that doesn't meet the eyes. In a very simple term, something that is not
A hidden message.
something that is hidden, something that is not apparent in the first glance.
I think here it is the connection between us and him only. I think again it is
Us and him
talking
only.
about, yeah. So now I also had another connection where you showed that bird, right?
Yeah.
So if I put those two birds here, either I can be the bird in the root where it's just observing how the tree is growing, or I can be the bird sitting on the branches and eating those fruits. Something like that, yeah. So
Nice.
Another way I was thinking is like Jnani who is living out of ignorance till one gets into this path of jnana, sees the world as real, while actually once you start getting the jnana, then you at least the way I am seeing is the world that seems to be I was thinking was real, seems to be real, but it is not real. And the other point being, so it's like an upside down thing. Okay, and what I initially before jnana I was thinking that I am this small, poor, helpless being, and the jnana says that you are the only one who is full of who is everything else. There is no one else other than you. So things look to me. So I was thinking like maybe these are upside down things. Okay, so a knower of the Vedas basically starts seeing the reality which the Ajnani sees as not existing. And so I was thinking that way.
Oh, excellent. It's an inverse of what the world looks at it as.
Yeah.
So it's like the Yanisha Sarva Bhutanam. Earlier we have seen that shloka. So what is day to a Jnani appears like a night. What is
Right,
night?
correct.
Like a day.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. So that was the thought.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So first of all, the connection to the aśhvatha tree, which is of the family of the banyan tree. The banyan tree, the nature of the banyan tree is that it spreads. And it spreads acres. Single tree spreads. So you can connect it to the nature of our desires. Desires are endless.
Yes.
You have eaten one fruit, and from that, you want to eat many more. And in the fruit you've eaten, there are so many seeds which lead to so many other next actions. So this is like the banyan tree, which is constantly spreading. Like you pointed out, the one who's so involved in the eating misses the whole point, because the tree is spreading so much. There is so much to see, so much to do, so much to gather, so much to so-called enjoy. One day I will be happy. One day I will be peaceful. One day I will get everything. So like the banyan tree, that tree of desire in the mind continues to spread.
Yeah.
And it is endless. And therefore, the leaves are the ones which are being related to the Vedic hymns.
He invokes more and more hymns.
Because I want more and more.
Okay.
So there is this nice little story I was narrating from Prayer of the Frog. So there is this person who comes to know of the power of the Lakshmi mantra, goddess of wealth, and he is very devoted to that mantra because he wants wealth. So he is sitting and chanting that mantra and doing all the rituals associated with it, but in a very deep and involved way. So he's doing that for many, many years in the want of money. Let the gold and money and wealth come. As he is doing, somewhere he realizes it seems to be very illusory. Yes, I'm wanting money, but I have seen it comes and goes. So even if I get lots of money, it'll go. So what is that I should really be seeking? So somewhere that question deeply emerges in him. And now he starts contemplating more and more on that deeper question. Then what is that I'm really looking for from the money? Am I looking for that wealth? Or what am I looking for? So he becomes a lot more deeply involved in contemplation. And he naturally starts moving towards a deeper inner silence. And as his deeper inner silence becomes more established, one day in front of him, he finds Ma Lakshmi. And Ma Lakshmi says, "Here I have come. You wanted all this money and wealth. Here I have come. What do you want? How much do you want?" And he says, "Ma, you come a little late. Yes, I wanted, but now you come a little late. And Ma says, I saw your devotion. I saw your bhakti. I saw your deep-rooted involvement. And I thought that I should offer you that which will never vanish from you. So I only delayed coming to you because I wanted to grant you that wealth which doesn't vanish. That's the story. So there is a wealth that comes and goes, and there's a wealth that establishes you in your true nature. So the one who is constantly in the lookout for the material wealth will continue to use the Vedic hymns and is only at the leaves and the branches level. Continues to flourish. Never-ending cycle of samsara. And somewhere, when the question naturally arises, that is when one starts looking at, okay, what is the source of all this? What is that I truly am looking for? Am I looking for money? Am I looking for status? Am I looking for wealth? What am I looking for? What will make me feel complete and satisfied? So when that question deepens, then the one goes into, okay, what is the source of this desire? What is the root of this desire? From where is this desire coming? So then the one starts examining the root of the desire. And the root of the desire and the examination of that question takes you up. It elevates you from the clutches of the samsara. So to indicate upward movement, see, naturally a tree is from down it goes up.
Yeah.
But the tree of the samsara, the tree of the desire, it is from up to down. Meaning, you cannot see the mind. You cannot see the seed of the desire. But you can see the leaves. You can see the action. You can see the outcome of it. You can see you wanting and acting, you grasping something, you eating something. So the subtle is unseeable, but the gross is seeable. And to see the subtle, like Padmaji was saying, you have to start seeing it from the highest. So here, that's why this yoga is Purusha Uttama Yoga, the highest among the men. So there are other shlokas here where you will see this continuous reference by Krishna. I am the eye behind the eye. I am the ear behind the ear. And he also gives references to which is the highest. So in a way, continuously taking our mind back to what is the highest. In a tree, when you look at it, what is highest? Must be something that is the very source of the tree, must be highest. Though at first glance, roots seems to be highest because roots is the one which establishes the tree. But something must be there which is even giving rise to the roots. That must be the highest. Root itself is an outcome of that. And from a worldly example, you can see that the root itself appears out of the seed. A small seed, even for a big banyan tree, a small seed is the cause of it. And the small seed has the tree already in it. Then what is the tree in the seed? So that unseeable is the one which has led to this entire tree of samsara to flourish. So the seed of the desire, which is in the mind, has led to this whole samsara called aśhvattham. And the only way to know the whole is to see the one from whom the desire itself is coming and going. It is not to negate that the world is unimportant, but saying that the world is a changing phenomena. And the one who is the source of it, the you, the unchanging awareness, is the eternal principle. So both together form the whole. So the secret of the tree. So the tree is the seeable part, and there is an unseeable part. So the Purusha Uttama is the unseeable. You cannot, when in the dhyana, you cannot pinpoint where you were. You cannot say this is where I was. You cannot pinpoint to the source of you. You cannot put a boundary around you. This is how much I was. There was no boundary, there was no center. But existence, I am there, is an unshakable clarity. So that unshakable, centerless, shapeless you is the one who is watching this entire aśhvattham called your life flourishing. And your life has flourished based on various desires and outcomes of that. So to become free from this tree of samsara, realize your true nature. Realize the Purusha Uttama in you. And only by realizing the Purusha Uttama in you can you be free from the clutches of the samsara. Then it doesn't mean that the tree will vanish. Then you will know, like Shubhaji said, tree is just a reflection in the water. It's an appearance. And in that appearance, there is no tension, worry, anxiety anymore.
I'm not getting why should he could have used the tree in a normal with the roots down to show that the tree is growing bigger, and the big tree is the outcome of the deep roots which is spread across. Is it like to highlight or to focus on the roots, he's showing it upside down, or I didn't
It is
get
to
that
highlight that, see, the chapter is Purusha Uttama. Uttama is usually, you don't say he is very Uttama than this fellow. You don't say Uttama as, in this sense, right? You usually, our natural sense is, what is highest? We look up, right? We never say highest and lowest. We don't say like that. It's not natural, right? Naturally, your tendency is highest. You look up.
Okay.
So to draw your attention back to the up, what is the highest?
But here the roots are the desires. That's not.
And where are the roots? In the mind. And it is the
Yeah.
mind which is causing this whole world to appear. So, and the world is the seeable part. Your tree is the seeable part. Your fruits are the outcome of the desires. So that is a Vedic hymn. And it continues to flourish like a banyan tree. It will flourish. But where is the root of this? In the mind. And like the root of a tree, it cannot be seen unless you open up the earth. Only when you open up the earth can you see the roots. And in order to truly remove the tree, you have to uproot it, right? You have to uproot it. You have to remove it out. And you have to kind of throw it out. Then it will stop spreading. So in a similar way, that particular tree called samsara, which is coming from your desire, can only be uprooted by realizing your highest self. The tree is your lower self. The branches are your lower self.
Okay, you just want to show that the root is what leads to the outcome. So the outcome is shown below, while the root the root is at the higher form, at a higher point, because that is what leads to the tree, to the outcome.
Yeah.
Can you also
Okay.
Higher cannot be shown by, you will then naturally start asking, so is the higher in the ground below?
Got it. Like in an organization, the head is the head of the organization at the higher
You
point.
call that
The head leads
hierarchy
to
tree, right?
the
Organization.
hierarchy tree.
You call it
Tree.
organization tree.
Yeah. So the root is the actual and highest. Okay, got it.
Sir, the other way of looking at it is, I don't know if, just in a normal, when you see a plant, you just see only the outer part of it, where it is very beautiful, everything is beautiful, it has beautiful flowers, fruits, everything. But those things will not happen until and unless it has a very good roots. So the same way, if we are not good inside, it will not reflect outside.
Yeah, that I got.
Yeah.
So that I got.
His
simple.
question
I was asking why it is shown upside down. It is.
We should see the other side also.
That's
It's
fine.
not only the beautiful side.
I'm not the beauty. I'm not
Human tendency to look only at the beautiful side, right?
Okay.
Sure.
No, that's
Sharavanji's question is, Krishna could have made that point by even showing the tree the way it grows in the world.
Normally, but showing both.
So he could have said, look, the fruit is because of the quality of the soil and the quality of the nutrients that the roots take. So he could have shown that, right? You could have still shown a normal tree. So see, you get a apple from an apple tree, whereas you get chili from a chili tree. Same soil, chili gives you chili because of the seed and the nature of the nutrients it takes. Same soil, apple gives you apple. So he could have given that example and could have said, see, you can either yield apple or you can yield chili. Whereas here, Sri Krishna is inverting the tree. Therefore, Saravanan-ji's question, why is he inverting the tree? He could have given this analogy with the normal tree.
I think that is why I also had, that is why I connected it, like this kind of tree doesn't exist. So it is unreal. Okay, so that
Tree of
so
illusion.
when you connect it to yourself, start to think like what is real in really that sort of thing I related to. Because you're right. I mean, why would he show a tree like that? A banyan tree, even in the real world, we see it properly only. You know, even if the roots are hanging from everywhere, it is still the right way. So that is where I thought that why it is shown upside down, because such a thing doesn't exist. So it is like an illusion. So what is illusion for us? So when I connected it to our Vedantic study, that is where I thought that okay, the entire world is mithya, so the illusion is the world itself. So what is the truth in you is only you're the higher self, and you are part of the supreme. So rather we are the Brahman. So he's trying to again connect you to there only, because he's also talking about Vedas here. So again, the jnana part is coming, and if we connect it to what Sir said, like if we see the tree as the karma kanda and the jnana kanda part of it, then the karma kanda will probably be the branches, the fruits, and everything, because that is the one that is going to spread. The more you do karma, again you want fruit, then you are going to propel in that direction. Whereas if you go to the jnana of who are you and who is the supreme, then you will be just like the roots, which is deep rooted in one thing only. No matter what is happening in the branches or whether the fruits are coming or not coming, you will not bother about it. So that is the only way to detach, because you cannot cut the tree. It will be so strong, you cannot cut it. Banyan trees are not easy to cut. So that is how I connected it. So the only way is to detach. And when you can detach it, when you are deep rooted in something, so that you are not bothered about what is happening outside of that place.
Yeah.
Deep rootedness, true. The jnana of the Upanishads can help you to go to the source. And what is that Krishna is referring here is not about deep rootedness, but to kind of see even this tree itself has roots. The roots are also part of the tree only. So there is a root of the desire. So he's asking us to go to the very source of the desire and to become free. That is the only
go
way.
Beyond that.
So now I can see it in a different way after you said that. The way I see it, first the question you had initially asked, what is this tree relating to? The tree is the jiva. Okay, and the jiva is ruled by the desire who is sitting at the top, the roots, the desire, and the desires are leading to the flourishing of the tree or the branches, leaves, and fruits. Okay, so jiva is like the supreme ruler king sitting there. Sorry, desire is sitting there at the top and making all the things happen for the rest of the things, rest of the jiva.
Yeah.
So I can visualize. I see that like the desire is sitting like a king in the roots.
Yes. So the one who knows the secret of this tree, meaning what? This tree is flourishing only because of you.
Roots. Yeah.
Not that you have to throw the tree away, not that you have to now, okay, I will leave all the desires. Not in that sense. That is how it is happening. So that's where now it can be modified to, instead of me, because then these fruits and what is the quality of the fruit, all that discussion will come. The discussion about am I getting an apple fruit or a chili fruit, all that comes because of all these divisions. Therefore then realizing the Purusha Uttama means there is fundamentally nothing wrong with the tree. There's nothing wrong with the tree. But to be Purusha Uttama, you don't need to do anything.
We can say this as a quality of, or we can relate this to Jivan Mukta, like one with no desire at point of time. So while the tree seems to exist, but like it's like the roots have been burnt in case of a Jivan Mukta.
It can be related to Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma.
So the individual jiva ceases to exist once the desires, the roots are burnt.
Like Padmaji said, you don't see this tree in reality, so it's an illusion. So this entire world is an illusion. Is realized, and the one who has realized no more has anything to kind of desire. So, and there is no dichotomy anymore. There is no worry anymore. There is other. So
Brahman.
That the tree which is the changing, and the Purushottama, the unchanging, there is no dichotomy. It is not that there is a separate self from the tree. It is not like, there is a separate self which is sitting somewhere else, which is separate from the tree. Self and the tree are the same.
When you say self, you mean
the unchanging,
Atma.
The unchanging and the tree are the same.
So the self here, can I consider it as a small self, which is
let's define that properly. Let's take the example of the dream state. So the dreamer and the dream world could have come only from the dreamer. There is no other explanation for the dream world. And the dreamer and the dream world are one and the same. The material for the dream world is from the dreamer. So the tree is not separate from the self. So earlier we introduced the idea of a small self and a big self.
No, the reason I brought that small self is only the small self is the one who is confused and confused and not aware of the real state, and which is what leads to this big tree formation. Correct. Of the big tree. Correct. And once realizes the roots are gone, the small self merges with the big self. That's it. There is no more.
Correct.
There is no more differentiation.
The reality that it's an illusion. And there is no more anything to reject or accept. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma has nothing to accept, nothing to reject. There is no small self, big self in the Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma.
No, the Brahman, again, Atma is still Brahman, right? And but in the context or influence of Maya, it is the Jiva is behaving in an erratic way. But Jiva is still part of Brahman only. It is no different from Brahman. Right? Brahman and that very Jiva is an illusion. Maya is also part of Brahman.
That Jiva itself is an illusion.
Yeah.
Which so for example, all the questions when you ask, who is the questioner? Who is the one who's asking the question? That questioner is an illusion. It is like a mirror, and the object in the mirror saying that one day I will become the object that is reflecting in the mirror.
The reflection.
The reflection can never become this, and this
Yeah.
This has no illusion that I am a reflection. So this one can always continue to question and it will never find the answer. So the reflection will never find the answer. The reflection has to realize that truth is what is getting reflected. And for the truth, there is no question. So the illusory self that appears, by the very nature of the definition, is illusory. The one who is asking the question at any point of time, it seems to have a concrete existence, comes into existence, asks the question, and tries to understand. But where is that I who's asking the question? Who is the one who's asking the question? The one who is saying, I have a question, I want to understand, I don't know, I am less.
I'm thinking that is the jiva, and the jiva here is pointing.
Where is that?
to,
Where is that? We to say something is a jiva.
Yeah.
Must
So
have a
the way
concrete existence, no?
Yeah, the way I see it is like, let's say Brahman is everywhere, or like everywhere, and that Brahman, when it falls on the mind or the Shukshma Sarira, which is left behind, okay, that is where like the reflection on that mind creates this character of jiva, who who is now trying to figure out what is this.
Correct. You're giving a continuous existence to that jiva.
Yeah, the jiva has to use the jnana to clear that mind, that mind, so that like it disappears, and so that it ceases to exist.
So the one who is saying, I have a question, say about 10 years back, is it the same one who has the question today?
The same one with, let's say, with modified one, I would put it. There is the one, but modified one.
So the modification, the modified one has never been true. So the 10 years back Saravanan,
but still that modified one is existing, right? So the modified
one is existing only in the memory, and that memory is the one which is shined by the light, and
of
the light is shining.
Yes. Yeah.
That memory and this memory are one and the same, is an illusion that is getting created. So that Saravanan and this Saravanan, where are they? That Saravanan is long dead and gone.
But even if it's not that, there is one today. I would put it that way. There is one today.
Who is that?
Whoever is asking.
Who is that the questioner?
Who is present now?
That questioner. Show the existence of that questioner.
That question has come from the Brahman, but due to the existence of that that mind, which is reflecting,
so the reflecting surface. So it's like looking at the mirror, and the reflection in the mirror constantly saying that one day I will become this.
Yeah, because of the imperfection in the mirror, and once the mirror is clean,
no. Please look at what I'm saying. There is a mirror surface.
Vijay, I actually see it in a different way. Like, I am looking at the mirror has some abnormalities. So when I look at the mirror, say that I have not seen any other mirror. I have seen only this mirror. So which means I have not seen myself. And I look at this mirror and the mirror shows, okay, let's say that mirror shows me as like due to a convex mirror or something, it shows me in some form. And I think that that is me. Now, until that mirror is cleaned and like made fixed, only then when that mirror is clean or fixed, then I see my real self. And that is how I see it as the idea of this jnana is to clear the imperfections in the mirror, so that the seer sees as Brahman only, not as the erratic one. Can I?
Let's go back to our meditation practice. You sat there, you're watching the sounds, you're watching the breath, and ultimately you are only aware of your own existence as a watcher. Now, that one who was watching, that one who was there, who is there now, is there something that you have to do to be that?
No, it's always there.
It's always there.
Always there.
And that one, in that moment, when you are watching, did you have questions? Did you have doubts? Did you have anxiety? Did you have worry? Did you want to become something else? None of that.
No, as long as the mind as mirror is like calm or quiet, right? But the moment the mind is left, then like it activates, and then like
So the very fact that your very nature is truth,
yes,
your very nature is peace,
yes,
then the appearance of the mind means
creates.
it's an illusion.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
mind has appeared. So why are you once again giving power to the appearance and disappearance? Why are you once again saying that I still need to clean it? So you have already seen you as that self. What is that one day I will see, one day I will recognize? That is the very source of the illusion. The one who is watching is already there. What is that more cleaning?
I think
You will never
the
finish
habit.
You will never finish.
It may be the habit of looking at the mirror all the time. Then, and like, oh, I'm not looking like this, like that. though now
Again and again, go back
meditation I
to
see.
who was seeing.
Who
Who was seeing? Now, who is the one who's asking the question? Is a reflection in the mirror. You'll never catch this fellow, the one who is asking the question. The one who is asking the question will morph, continuously morph.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I understand that. But at any point, there is one who is asking the question.
And that fellow will continue to appear.
As long as that mind is.
As long as you continue to give power to the fellow on the mirror. So the one who was watching and the one who is currently also watching, the one who is knowing all this conversation, you as awareness, you are ever free. At this very moment, you are free. It is not that one day I will clean the mirror and then one day I will become free. And that is a very source of illusion.
But the reason I said that part, the reason I said that part is like the whole idea of the jnana is to get rid of.
For who?
For who means, see, as long as there is a mind.
Jnana is a pole vault. Jnana is a pole vault. It is like, we sat there, we were watching the breath. Breath is the vehicle through which you reached the destination. Then you are not worried about the breath. Why are you holding on to the vehicle? So likewise, jnana is the vehicle to carry you back to the source. So through jnana, once when you've reached, you're reached. It is not like that, I'm traveling from Bangalore to Mysore. The moment I'm in Mysore, it's not that I will reach Mysore. You've reached Mysore. So as long as the illusion continues that I have to clean the surface of the mirror, like a banyan tree, it will continue to flourish. Jnana leading to more jnana. The desire now takes the new shape called seeking jnana. So it's a never-ending. It's a never-ending cycle.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me sit on this today. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think for some reason I was always.
Yes, jnana is important initially. See, it is like when the window is when the glass window is completely dusty, the presence of the sun cannot be felt.
Yeah.
So you have to clean. True. But the problem with that analogy, see, any analogy is not complete. The problem with that analogy is sun is outside, I am sitting inside, so I am cleaning the surface, so I am able to see the sun. Sun is outside. That's the feeling that analogy gives. But that's not the right analogy. But that's an analogy needed in the beginning stage. When somebody is so invested in finding faults with others, that analogy helps you to find that, it's my mind that needed the cleaning to see properly. So that is the end of that analogy. That is the end of the tool. So likewise, every tool, this is a prakriya, right? So Sri Krishna uses different analogies to open up our conditioning. So here, by giving an inverted, first of all showing a tree, that to a fig tree, is showing the ever-spreading nature of the samsara. So the only way I can cut this tree is by going to the very source. And here, by uprooting the tree, is saying the source is not down, because that's our tendency. Tree means go down. Remove the tree. I have removed the tree, you claim. But you left the tree seed in the form of a fruit, and that will further lead. So he's saying, you uproot the tree. When you uproot the tree, then at the very source, it is removed. And uprooting the tree, the analogy of uprooting is going back to your true nature, your true self. And your true self is reflecting as the tree. So tree is you, but the changing aspect of you. And the way you can become free is by knowing that it's just an appearance. And you, as awareness, is the only constant reality. And for that, it requires some amount of cleaning initially. But then once when you've seen it, you've seen it. So the jiva, the concept of a jiva itself is an illusion. Where is the jiva? It exists as long as you give power to the reflection in the mirror. As long as you give power to the reflection in the mirror, there's an existence of an illusory jiva.
It's because I am with the mind always. It's just that I should be able to keep the mind separate, in which case I can be myself.
In the dhyana, that is what you did. It's not that you can keep it separate.
Right, in the sense,
You realized that you are above the mind. You did not do anything. You did not do anything.
So mind is like, I would say, a crybaby. So today I'm constantly attending to the mind, right? So now that's why the mind is taking a very prominent position.
So in the Jnana Marga, initially, the questioner is encouraged. Ask questions. But can you see that questioner can never be satisfied?
Yeah.
The only reason the questioner is encouraged is to remove the conditionings that are blocking from seeing the self.
Agree.
Till the time the conditions are blocking, and where are the conditions? Conditioning is in the intellect. The way the intellect operates, it is disturbed by the conditioning. So till the time the conditionings are removed, questioning and this discussion is very important. But jnana, that is the question or the questioner, cannot be perpetuated because the questioner is an illusory entity.
You cannot glorify the questioner because,
We have to give power to the questioner till that time. It's like a pole vault. Breath, use the breath, watch the breath, but the one who is watching the breath, use the questioner, who is the source of the question. So that's why when Prabhuji says, self has no questions, questioner has no answers. The questioner will never find the answer. Because because the questioner is morphing. There is no concrete one who is asking the question to whom you can address and say, this is the answer.
It's not a question related to a materialistic one. So it's a knowledge, right? So the previous question has changed. Answer to the previous question has changed the questioner.
Yes, you got that. So the questioner is continuously morphing. So the ego wears new garb and comes now. All right. Shall we end? Shubhaji, Shilpakalaji, anything else to add or say?
No, sir.
All right. We'll end the contemplation.
Shubhaji, I noticed that the last session, it was all you. You had a lot to say. Maybe this questioner is needs to go silent to let the other questioners.
Wonderful. We'll end the contemplation.